Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, this is your channel, DJ. You should probably start.
Right. What is going on, everyone? DJ's here. This is my channel, my video right now. Happy to host Mangs here today for the beginning qualifier rounds of the Grandmaster Tour.
Yes.
4.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here, DJs. I'm a big fan. It's cool to, cool to join this channel.
It's really weird for me to host, it's like strange. I'm so used to you hosting me, so it feels good. I'm the big boy. I'm the big boy this time, so calling the shots. But yeah, so we're doing the qualifying match, the first one of 4 matches. Winner gets to play in the Grandmaster Season 4, so if you lose, you're out. No chance to win it all. So today we have a nice matchup between Raider Alcaraman, who participated in the first Grandmasters Tour, if you all remember. Lost in the first round, unfortunately, versus Sif. And then we have Thomas Maximus, who has not participated in the Grandmaster Tour, but he's played a lot of high-level games. He's played against other Grandmasters.
So, this is the tournament is going to start in January. And so there's, I don't know when this is going to come out on your channel, DJs, but probably it might be January when it comes out. So, this will be the first video of many. I think we're going to be casting at least 4 qualifier matches on your channel.
4 qualifying matches, yeah, before the real deal, the full stream. So this will be a nice little taste before the actual Grandmaster Tour. We have a few new rules for this Grandmaster Tour. The time limits have changed. Instead of 5 minutes plus 2, we have changed it to 5 minutes plus 1 for smaller maps. This being a smaller map, it's going to be a quick game. It's going to be high intensity. We're going to really see those people differentiate themselves from normal play and live play in this sort of instance.
And this is important, actually, because they have updated the timer rules on Advanced Wars by Web since last we played. You may remember last time, if people ran out of time, they got this like weird 0 to 60 second random timer that could be 1 second or could be 59 seconds. It was like complete RNG. Now, when your timer ticks down, it just ends your turn. So you won't actually lose the game. Your turn will just be over. And this is why we feel confident that 5 plus 1 might work, because, it's not like you wouldn't have to deal with these random timers anymore. It's just like, you don't get to play anymore. So
like I said, it might work. We have extensively play tested this. I'm sure it's going to work. No, yeah, it's an experiment. We're going to find out. It's a little test run. Qualifications for us too.
Yeah, if it turns out that 5 plus 1 is too brutal, we'll just have to see how they deal with it. But yeah, let's talk.
Anyway, let's get into this map right here.
Yeah,
it's a 2-base light map. Mangs and I chose out this map because it is a fun, constrained 2-base light map. Low income, I believe, equal 17K on each side if both players get equal income, which allows for, on 2 bases, you know the build, folks. Copter, tank, infantry. Beautiful 17K. So this is going to be a lower income map, 2 base. So in the game, I forgot to mention this map is called Synergies Gaming TV.
Synergies Gaming, and it has a little like tube around it, so it looks like a TV. That's kind of a cute little touch.
It's pretty cute. I kind of enjoy it. It's a nice little cute map to get things started. Keep things a little light.
Yeah.
Before the big boys come in and start smashing things. So it's a nice little base light map. The HQs are not very vulnerable. You're not gonna see HQ rushes. It's gonna mostly be probably tank warfare and copter warfare, I had to guess. Maybe a few teched up units. If you're Andy, you're probably looking to tech up to a medium tank, to a neo tank. And then if it gets damaged, just hyper upgrade that bad boy.
Yeah.
But I see how this is going. It's going to be tank and copter spam, most likely with a standoff in the middle, and then probably going to have some front shifting towards the bottom and the top over here. I think the battle's going to be won in the corners. In the middle, it's going to be too much of a standoff. I think it's going to be too close to being base reinforcements to take any of these. So I think the real contested property, the comm tower, and this property over here on both sides, that's what I would expect to see.
We should also probably mention that this is a tier 3 match, but with some special bans. We actually banned both Kindle and we banned Rachel. So they actually only had the choice between Lash, Andy, and Drake. They were the only viable picks. And I was hoping that we would get Andy versus Lash, actually. I was kind of worried we'd get like Andy Mirror.
As well.
Because this match is very interesting.
Mirrors, yeah, Lash mirrors, Andy mirrors. Exactly. So I love this matchup as well, because typically Kindle is favored against Andy because Kindle can bully him, get an income lead, and eventually win, especially in 2-base like this. But I feel like Lash is not as strong as Kindle, so it allows Andy some more chances. Personally, I kind of like Lash in this matchup because there's a lot of terrain, especially near the cities. You can get some KOs attacking from the forest over here and the road. That's a guaranteed 2-hit KO with Lash with a Calm Tower because that's 30% and 10%. So there's some nice KOs that Andy does not have, but then again, he can hyper upgrade, so there's going to be a lot of counterplay as well. Andy's probably going to have to utilize his teched up units to get an advantage over Lash over here. And also the Copter Warfare is going to be more helpful for Andy because Lash gets no bonuses from her air units because they're not on terrain. But anyway, we had some predictions, and we actually disagreed on who might win this matchup.
So
your prediction first.
I think Raider Karaman is absolutely savage in live. I've played against him several times. I've watched him play several times. I think we can agree that he's not the strongest going into this entire live tournament. There are many people who are much stronger than him, but I always found him incredibly impressive in live games. He seems to play as good in live as he does in standard matches. Like, he's just very strong. So I really do think that he has an advantage against Thomas Maximus here. I will admit, though, I have far less experience playing against Thomas. I played like 2 games against him, I think. So I don't know him as well as a player, but you seem to think that he is a little underrated.
I think Thomas is underrated, and I think Radio Carman is the favorite going into this matchup, but I think I'm taking the underdog, Thomas Maximus, for a few reasons. Like you mentioned earlier, Radio Carman, I think he's just as good live as he is in normal. Like, he's one of the exceptions where he's like maybe just as good or better in live than in standard play. He just thrives in live. So I like that about him. He's got a lot more games under his belt. He joined Advanced Wars by Web before Thomas Maximus did.
He's a veteran.
So he has more experience under his belt.
Yeah.
He is definitely a veteran, established veteran. As Thomas Maximus, a little bit more new, but not that new. But he's been training. And I've seen him train with Starflash. I've seen him train with his fellow Frenchman, Toulouse. So he's got training. I think he's been coached. So there might be a little bit of a help going on here. And also, I think he's a little underrated, even without that training. He joined me in a 2-versus-2 live game twice, and he played phenomenally well in a 2-versus-2 live, both games. So I'm not sure if 2-versus-2 live play will transition well to 1-versus-1, but he seems to be pretty good on clock management, utilizing his units. He is really good at blocking with artillery, so I'd expect to see some artillery play here from Thomas. Okay. But I can see Thomas win. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either way. This is one of those coin flips. If I was a betting man, I'd say I'd take Thomas Maximus 55%. So it's very close. I could see it going either way.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, I think Deegis, you can tell the players to start if you feel like it's time.
And we're off. Radio Carmen in the top, and
I'm going to start off with a little refresh here just to make sure everything is working nicely. All right. Okay. Here we are.
And we're set. So far, so standard, except we're seeing not going for the early airport for red. We're seeing him go for the forward city, which I agree with. It starts with the chain in the front. You want to get those early properties in the front first. So we're seeing.
Yeah.
We are seeing Thomas Maximus going a little more aggressive towards the middle. I actually anticipate that he prepared this line. He wants to get the city as early as possible and pressure Radio Carmen off this. This looks like a prepared line right here. This does not look improvised.
And one thing
like I said, I think that preparation is going to help.
Yeah, one thing I do like about Lash, especially on smaller maps, is that she can really use her day-to-day power to bully her opponent. And it's so annoying, especially when you're Andy with no firepower increase, to attack those Lash infantry on cities. They're almost strong as Kindle infantries at that point with 30% extra firepower. So very, very annoying to go up against.
She is a bully in the early game, and I think since it's such a small map, there's going to be more fights earlier on in the game. That's why I would take probably Lash in this matchup right here. I mean, if Kindle was available, I'd take her, but she's banned. Rachel's banned. Actually, I'd probably take Rachel in live because she's nuts, especially 5+1. Imagine trying to dodge the covering fire 5+1. Like, good luck.
Yeah, it's not possible at all. Yeah, and of course, I mean, it needs to be said, though, Lash has the most garbage powers in Tier 3. That Prime Tactics will not be ready forever. Like, El Karaman will probably get his hyper upgrade first, so he gets to control the flow of that matchup. But I'm wondering something, Deegis, as we see the first tank come out of Thomas Maximus right here. Do you think we'll see some cheeky Prime Tactics HQ caps in this map?
I do not think we're going to see any HQ caps. I think we're going to see some fighting over the comm towers, and I think Lash might be able to get hers and deny Andy his. That's my bold prediction for the match. Radio Carmen is going to struggle to get his own comm tower. It looks like he's going for artillery. He's going for solid build over there. Artillery tank.
Yep.
Spend all his funds. Makes sense. Like I said, artillery can be pretty strong on this map. Look at those mountains. I don't know where he's going to position it quite. It's a little dubious. I mean, you can be really defensive, put on the HQ and try to secure your own. But offensively, it's a little questionable where he'd put the artillery. I guess he's going to try to secure the comm tower with artillery support. But look at all those forests. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be a slow arty. So yeah, Thomas Maximus opening up 2 tanks here against Alcaraman's arty and tank. And man, arty and live, you really got to know what you're doing. You got to know, and already with 5+1 pages. I mean, his walls need to be on point. And
exactly, I'm glad you brought that up. Artillery are harder to calculate in live play. You don't see them as often. Tanks, you can smash them together. Arty, you have to position. You have to have infantry walls. You have to zone out units. It's a lot more mentally taxing to build an artillery and use it effectively. So good point. I like that you mentioned that. And we're also starting to see that maybe he denies the center property over here. Like I said, that calculated opening over here. Just saying, he could forego this over here, and maybe we'll see if he captures this city. He probably will, or this one over here. But there is some thoughts maybe there could be an interrupt over here. I'm not sure how bold he's going to be in that center. Like I said, I think it's going to play out on the sides rather than in the middle, but you never know. Thomas could be super baboonian. He can go balls to the wall. I love this little silo spot / city for this tank over here.
Yeah.
He can put some pressure up here and in the middle. I love putting it right there, so I'm glad that he put it right there. Okay, he's going over there. Okay,
he's moving into the center. Yeah, the positioning of these empty missile silos here right next to the city is Lash's dream, because it allows her to strike cities with that 30% firepower bonus. It really benefits, complements her day to day. And we're seeing an artillery out from Thomas here, so he is matching Elkara. It's going to be a slower artillery. But he's
also not doing it because of funds. He had plenty of funds to build a tank, so this was a calculated artillery. It wasn't just thinking at the last moment, I have 6K, let's buy it. This is a calculated artillery. See how he uses it.
I'm really hoping, DJ, that we see some Lash recons in this map. I don't know if we will, but I'm hoping we see some, because they're always
probably not, because of all the forests out of the gate.
Yeah,
I would doubt to see some recons. I'm gonna expect a copter spam by Andy. I think we're gonna see 4+ copters. We're gonna see a complete proliferation of copters.
Yeah, Elkaraman has 12K right now. That means he can get 2 infantry copter. I would be very surprised if he does not open copter.
I'm also a little concerned for Thomas over here. He hasn't captured the city where Alcaraman has. It's going to be hard once this is artillery locking over here. And there's a tank in play that it can attack from a silo. So I think Thomas has to be a little careful about this property. He forwent it to go to the middle, but he might be paying the price.
Yeah, so now Thomas is going for the comm tower. I don't think that, no, there's no way he can interrupt Alcaraman's comm tower now, unless he...
Not, so I guess he was not exerting that much pressure over there as he probably could have. He decided to go tanks to the top side instead. I guess he determined that's his strong side, which is, fair.
Yeah, all right. Placing the tank on the city.
So that means he's not going to be able to get this property because the tank is not covering. So he's going to have to not capture that. And this tank over here is exerting a lot of pressure. He won't be able to stop this property over here, but he will be able to kill the unit the turn after. Or not kill it, but at least mortally wound it. And then maybe combine with infantry. And there's also the first copter from Rito Alcaraman.
There we go.
Copter proliferation, but look, Thomas Maximus has 17K. Exactly. Everyone knows the builds.
Yep.
17K. There's tank, copter, infantry.
There's the copter. So yeah, so far so good. Gonna do a slight refresh. There we go. So occasionally I will be refreshing the site. Just advanced or spy web things, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah,
I'm pray to the advanced war gods. There's no day ending.
Yeah. You guys can't see it, but we got some observers in this game. There's no way around it. It's gonna happen. But yeah. So Thomas moving forward here, parking his tank down on the city. Looks like we're actually not going to see a lot of con tower brawling. Looks like we might actually just see some center conflict here.
Yeah, I think it starts off with that, and then you slowly realize you can't press in the center, and I think it moves down to the south. So I think right now it's going to be pressing over here and pressing up here. I think, he can't stop this, so he's allowing this property over there. I'm a little surprised by that. I guess the tank instead wanted to go over here.
Yeah, also I'm noticing that he also doesn't have this property. He won't be able to capture it in at least 3 turns, and I'm thinking Alcaraman might deny him. Meanwhile, Alcaraman has his center properties right here, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so it seems like the gamble of going forward quicker did not quite pay off. I mean, he got the extra turn, but he wasn't able to deny this anyway, so there wasn't really any point. So maybe that calculated line, that Star Flash, Star Flush, maybe.
Star Flush.
Gave to him. Maybe it wasn't the best line. I don't know. He can capture this property, though. He captures with one, puts one on the silo, puts one on the city, or this forest over here. He can have these two blocking and one right there. So he's going to get this property, unless this artillery somehow goes over here, but it's not. So he's going to get this property fine. This property is a little more dubious because the copter will be in position in one turn. So Red has not captured this property, though. There is some counterplay here, but I don't think Thomas is going to be able to shift enough forces to stop this property. So I think we're going to see an early 17k brick wall, and then we're going to see some wall breaking going on later on. I don't think we're having brawling out of the start. But these longer games, they benefit Andy. He can tech up his units. He can start building Neo tanks, medium tanks, etc., and his units just won't freaking die.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Yeah, I mean, he can absolutely, like, what Andy loves to do is send the battlecopters forward and just kind of trade, take like 5 HP of damage, and then pull them back and then save them for hyper upgrade, which is just so nice. So we'll see. I mean, I think a stalling match definitely favors El Karaman and Andy in this case. Don't you agree?
For sure.
So
definitely, 100%. I think it's going to come down to, like I said, the corners, but right now everyone's just in the middle. They don't know what they're doing. They have limited time. They're kind of like, should I do this? Should I do that? Yeah, like I said, he's blocking off. He's going to put one in the forest over here, maybe even one on the mountain too. Might as well make a 3 over here. And there's no way this tank goes down and attacks that. That's just asking for trouble. Well, it can get a first strike here if it so chooses, but it is within base range, I'm expecting.
Yeah, I'm definitely...
a tank here, artillery here, or anti-air here. Anti-air in the back, tank in the front.
Yeah, tank anti-air is definitely the play for him right now, I think. Needs some kind of counter to, like... did El Karaman not build a battlecopter last turn? No, he built 2 tanks, so...
he didn't have enough money. He's not at 17k permanently yet. He needs to get 2 more properties. Then you can expect every single turn. If he could, every turn it's going to be a copter. It looks like he's looking some isolated infantry battles over here that could take over this. It will 2-shot because from the mountain it's 50% firepower, which is nutty. And then from the road, guaranteed KO, and then you can capture. So this attacks from the road, this attacks from the mountain. Well, you attack from the mountain first, from the road. You can't capture this turn, unfortunately. Or the tank can actually even just kill.
He could actually get it, but then he's moving a tank away from the center.
This copter would be in position. Look at that. So this copter actually could take it. But he's going to need an anti-air. Oh, I think he chose from the wrong base because he needed the tank to cover this tank.
Oh, yeah. This
tank can come in and hit him.
Oh, no.
It's not a great trade, but then he can just retreat and heal this. You know what I mean?
Ooh, is that the first blunder we see in this match?
I don't know if it's a blunder, but an inaccuracy, I'd say. I wouldn't do that, but I don't think it's, like, terrible. But El Karaman's probably salivating a little bit. Oh, he's actually going to opt for go over there anyway. So
no, he goes. Okay, interesting.
Oh, I like this little coverage. Look at that feisty coverage right there. He's allowing a hit.
Yeah.
And there's no way you take that hit because it's going to live and it's going to heal up and hyper upgrade.
I love that. I love that. It's like, you only get to attack me from one side, but that one side is in range of an artillery. And now El Karaman coming out with the battlecopter.
Over here. Smart move. Smart move. I actually agree with that. You're guaranteed to lose that. Although without the copter's over here. The anti-air needs to now shift up here. And if it was over here, it reached there much quicker. So I think even though the tank didn't attack, he got lucky here. It still has to go north, and this tank is out of position. So he's going to have one tank.
But it seems to me right now that we're going to see El Karaman down in the bottom left. Thomas is going to be up in the top right. And we're actually going to see kind of like a strong side, weak side.
That's what I was telling you.
Yeah. So
in the beginning, everyone's the center. What do I do? Who's going to do what? It always comes down to the corners, baby. That's how it is. The comm towers, people can't resist those juicy comm towers and that property over there. That's how it always devolves. People might try to do their own thing, but then they just realize if you're a good player, you can't have a standoff in the middle and expect to win. You can try to capture this property, but there's no way in hell you're going to get it. So
yeah, especially that artillery is
demolishes their opponent.
Yeah, so both players going anti-air tank right now, which is definitely the smart thing to do. Thomas finally capturing the city over here. It's about time. So that's good. But yeah, I am a little worried, though, about this. Okay, now he is moving his anti-air up. That's good.
Okay. Yeah, it's getting close to the copter. It's not really covering that much other than the tank and the artillery, but it's getting in the position. He can put his copter maybe on this road over here. Oh, it can't anymore. I was blocked with 2 infantry. Put this on the road and it cannot wrap around. So where's he going to put this copter?
Oh, right behind the infantry. Not bad.
I mean, it works, but I prefer to be behind the infantry here where it can front shift easier. Like if this just goes somewhere else, like it's fine. I mean, you try to keep your... It's like chess. You don't want to have your units in the corner. You want to have them inactive where you can attack the most things and be the most maneuverable. So it works in a pinch. It's just a small little inaccuracy.
Yeah.
I think Raider's playing well so far. I think he's I don't want to say outplaying because it's been so
okay.
early. That's a little strange there.
Yeah, I got a 1 HP chip damage on the counter. Wait, what?
I don't think he wants to attack that tank though.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, that's interesting. I mean,
Lash baby, 40% firepower from the city.
Yeah, it's just I just didn't expect it to deal damage, but that's a weird.
Yeah, keep it alive, and then it can interrupt the cap here from this infantry. I don't know why now he has nothing to interrupt the cap there.
Yeah, so it looks like Alcaraman's gonna be slightly ahead. He can definitely. Do you think he'll interrupt this cap? I think he will. Or do you think he'll just let Lash take it?
I think he will let Lash take it.
It's a scary force. I mean, look at
said, he's Andy, so it behooves him. It's in his interest to have a stally game where the teched up units come. He's in no rush.
Yeah,
if this was Lash, he probably would attack that because you need to have a distinct advantage before the late game. But since he's Andy, he's chilling, man. He's ahead in the kill count. He's got 1 kill.
Yeah.
All that he took is 1 damage on his tank. So Raider's in a good position. He's playing quite well as we expect from him. Thomas, we'll see if he's got the late game magic. Maybe he over relied on the star flush opening and he was let that unallow. I don't want to
name one thing that people like to make more fun of than D just likes to make fun of star flash openers. So, but here's the thing. There's one thing we haven't talked about. There's one thing. Oh, interesting. It goes in with the battlecopter. There's one thing we haven't talked about, and that's the fact that this match does have a 25-day limit. It's lower than most other live matches because we have 5+1. So, getting one property above your opponent and then just hunkering down around that property, very viable strategy. We might see Alcaraman attempt that.
Stacking all your units to prevent. We're seeing the first tech up. There we go, medium tank. And I love this copter attack. You know why? That copter is not going to kill this copter. It retreats, hyper upgrade.
Yeah.
If you're Andy, you can do that. Relax, you cannot do this.
And also,
so he realizes, hey, I'm Andy. I can heal that shit.
I also like that Alcaraman is choosing a battlefield with very light terrain. There's almost no good terrain here for Lash to attack from. No forests, no missile silos. It's roads and plains. So Alcaraman is taking the battle to Lash in an area where she is not that great. And he, of course, he doesn't mind his units being damaged. He can pull them back. So is Thomas going to attack? Oh, he's not going to attack the battle. Oh my god, he is.
Oh, he is. He's going to attack with the tank too to KO it.
Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, beautifully played.
Good, they're playing. Not bad.
Beautifully. Okay, Djus. This Thomas guy. It
might have been a roll, though. I think usually goes down to 3. So he got a little lucky there.
Yeah.
But I love the actually, even if it was 3, this tank might have killed anyway. So maybe it wasn't a roll after, maybe post-production. I can calculate that. But that was impressive. And so he got a free battlecopter out of that. I mean, it wasn't free. He lost his cap here.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. If Alcaraman attacks with the Empire, it's going to lose the Empire. So it is
very true. He's going to lose an anti-air and a copter. Kill-a-copter, essentially.
Yeah, so this was a very bad trade. I'm impressed. This was a nice maneuver from Thomas. Just seeing that immediately, but a little bit of a gamble, but hey, you gotta gamble a little bit in live matches. That's the beauty of them. You gotta take some chances every now and then. But I will say, this is a scary force coming from Alcaraman down in the south side.
It is, but coming over here is overextending though, so you got to be a little careful over here. He's probably gonna have to move this tank to this forest or the city over there.
You know what? I really like the idea.
To a medium tank, or he's gonna get artillery.
Yeah, I'm thinking artillery on left side base here and place it behind the river to guard the properties. So
that's not a bad. Oh, he's not building it yet, though. He might build it next turn. I expect him to do that in the future.
Yeah, medium tank comes out. So, in terms of both players' time, it seems like they're pretty evenly matched. Thomas a little bit behind. This is a problem. When you're playing live, you want to be very careful with spending too much time because once you're playing on increment, it gets really hard to play. So I don't really know if either player wants to.
Both players are doing a great job so far.
Yeah, they are. They're playing quickly.
So, yeah, I think they're playing well. It's day 10. They got 6 minutes approximately each. Alcaraman's got 8, so he's doing quite well.
Yeah, he's doing
that good.
He's fast, man. Like Alcaraman is really quick. He's not like Starflash quick, but he's one of the faster players, and that's definitely. But yeah, okay, Alcaraman, he smells blood right now. He realizes that Thomas interesting. Goes in with the tank. He's
going for the anti-air.
He's going for the anti-air, and he doesn't have any battlecopters though to capitalize on it. But he could build one.
I know. I don't really know if I'd go for that. Like, it's value-wise, sure you get it, but okay. Well, let's see if he can get this covered. It's gonna be a little difficult because there's a mountain here. You can KO the infantry, and the tank can wrap around. He's gonna have to put an infantry here.
But he has 2 extra when he places them. Will it work? I mean, is there any way that Thomas can break through his? It's going to be tough. I mean, he's Lash. He gets to 40% in the mountains. So it probably, I don't know.
One infantry. So this tank attacks here. The 5 HP infantry can finish it off. This infantry, I don't know how he can get through it. I think he actually is pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a solid wall.
We'll get a first strike here. The question is, will everything get demolished behind the artillery? And then the artillery lives and gets a shot off, but what about everything else? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also wonder, is this a sustainable battle in the long term, this far forward? What if he just shifts these 2 tanks south?
Could work.
Kills off these 2 tanks or mortally wounds them.
So we see El Karaman builds a battlecopter. It's not going to be on the front lines until at least 3 turns though. So that anti-air kill, it's not as urgent. Like, sure, it's a nice pickup, but it doesn't help him right now. But imagine if he had a battlecopter with this force, then it would have been absolutely devastating. But yeah, that Lash infantry in the mountain, man, so powerful. Look at the firepower.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be able to break through, but he can weaken a lot of units and make it very uncomfortable. But look at this tank over here. I love this positioning for this tank over here. It actually covers that tank.
Yeah, it's nice.
In the shoal and is protected. So Colorman's got some pretty good coverage. He has good overlap.
Ooh.
Oh, he's going for the KO.
Oh, he's going for the KO. I think he'll get it because he's Lash.
Is it?
Oh my god, is he gonna get it? He can kill with the infantry. There we go. No!
There's no tank to capitalize anyway, but still, that's gonna bite him in the ass.
Oh, that he could have killed.
He's gonna go back into here and heal. And he's close to a hyper upgrade. He might even get it this next turn.
He might get it. Oh,
depending on how much battle goes on here.
He must be beating himself up so hard right now. That luck roll was not great. Battlecopter coming out from Thomas. Artillery, I like the artillery. It can hide behind the river to defend. Of course, El Karaman could pull back and like take his injured tanks with him and just, save that for later. Oh, El Karaman's no, never mind. I thought it said El Karaman's turn. I thought his anti-air survived. I was like, what the hell? But no, obviously Thomas is gonna kill that.
Yeah, he's gonna kill it off and he's gonna start capping this property. He's probably gonna have to give it up. This medium tank.
Yeah.
I mean, it could actually go in there. To be honest, this medium tank won't die to an artillery shot. It will be hyper upgraded back.
Yeah,
so this medium tank could actually be reckless and just attack in there.
Yeah, I actually really like, the more I think about it, the more I really like Andy in these like smaller battles because sure, you may not have that many like high-tech units, but the ones you do have are very hard to kill. So it's
exactly. Lash has to get an early advantage. And I don't think Thomas has capitalized quite enough on that. For these dubious rolls too. I'm not sure if that's even guaranteed. I would have done full HP one.
No, that was not guaranteed. But yeah, I mean, I guess he wanted to save the full HP infantry for the cap, I think.
So you should put this tank on the city on this forest to probably cap that. But I assume this medium tank's going to come in and it won't die and it'll be fully healed. Maybe he can kill with 2 tanks plus an artillery will kill that medium tank. I'm not entirely sure. Probably not if it's on a plane, but we'll see.
I'm kind of scared for Thomas's time. Oh, he's not even taking the city. Why not? Is he worried that El Karaman's going to break through this turn, maybe?
Yeah, who knows? He's worried about that medium tank.
I'm very worried about Thomas's timer right now. He's taking too long. Like, this turn has taken him 2 minutes. He needs to move faster. Otherwise, he's going to be in trouble about 5 days from now.
He does.
So, El Karaman... This
medium tank can go wild right now.
Look at El Karaman. Double the time. So,
he's gonna get a lot of kills this turn on infantry.
This is gonna be bad for oh, that artillery, man. Oh, is he gonna get his hyper upgrade this turn? Is he even gonna pop it this turn? I don't know.
I don't think he's gonna have quite enough. Unless, well, maybe this tank attacks into there, maybe?
Pulling back.
Not enough.
Pulling back the tank.
Yeah, he can't quite break through to hit that. That would be even brutal. If there's another tank here, break through that and kill, but he does not have enough charge. Thomas should be happy with how the charge worked out for him. He still has 3 relatively healthy tanks overall in that little shit tank over there, so he will be able to strike this. He needs to kill it.
Yep.
You can't just wound that artillery. You need to kill it.
Yep. Absolutely. And I just
position to capture this.
And I don't see how Lash is really going to be able to KO Eunice this turn. Her prime tactics, like Thomas's prime tactics, is creeping up, but what can he really do with it? I mean, like, there's cities here, sure, there's mountains here, sure, but I don't see any, like, great prime tactic usage right here. He really wants to use it to, like, get a cap, if anything. But what property would he even begin to cap from this point?
He would need to get an infantry in position to capture this one. That's the only thing he could actually benefit from. And Raiders giving it to him. But the thing is, Thomas didn't even have his infantry in position. He needs to have 1 full HP infantry over there. I think that's kind of a bit of a blunder right there. He could have easily got that property this turn. However, he had his infantry in 2 defensive position. He needed all to always be threatening something.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't look now, but like with a hyper upgrade, this infantry can reach that.
Yeah, we could very easily see.
Off.
Yeah.
This one blocks off. This one captures. The artillery can't do shit. Maybe you put it there. Because if you go in the middle over here, you only cop this one. But what about that one?
Yeah, exactly. No, I think this is... Thomas is on the ropes right now. I think he's definitely not lost, but he's on the ropes right now. It feels like Al-Karaman is dictating the pace of the match.
So we have 6 tanks, a medium tank, and 2 copters. 6 tanks, a medium tank, and 1 copter. 2 artillery, excuse me. So Thomas has more artillery. He needs to utilize his artillery advantage. But if you look at the kills to death, I think it's looking better for Akaro.
Yeah.
6-4. Although his deaths, he has killed more because of the whole anti-air copter exchange. Thomas is ahead in material value. So, he's okay. I definitely would prefer Akaraman's position at this point, but it's not, a hopeless. But he needs to kill this artillery. But then whatever kills it is gonna get
there's
killed.
So many tanks, and this is like devolving into poison. Yeah, it's devolving into a center brawl right here, and I have a feel like again. Andy's superpower is so much better than Lash, and with both superpowers ready here, it's like Lash is so behind in this situation because the prime tech it's just not going to swing games, whereas the hyper upgrade is 100% going to swing games. So Thomas is in this very awkward spot right now where he's like, oh, do I charge in or do I let him come to me, or do I because let's be real, every turn that this goes on, this gearing up, it favors Al-Karaman with his repairs. So, don't want to play passive right now if you're Thomas, but what can he really do?
Yeah, it's an uncomfortable position to be sure, but his hope is maybe a prime tactics, capturing a contested property, holding on to it for the rest of the game and winning that way. But he needs to capture this first and foremost, and he has nothing to defend this now. I mean, nothing will be able to attack it. Oh, I mean, with the power he will.
Yeah, but, true. That could happen.
If Al-Karaman denies this, he just wins. So Thomas needs to capture that property first and foremost. That should be a priority, and this copter will be able to interrupt in 2 turns. So he needs to get another anti-air or something up there because he doesn't have anything to defend this infantry from this copter.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he's pulling back. But does he really want to give these 2 properties to Al-Karaman though? Oh, did he just wait?
I don't know why.
Why did he wait? I mean, he may feel that taking a shell from the artillery is worth delaying the capture of the property for 1 more turn. I don't know. I mean, it's going to get repaired up, but it's going to take like 4 to 5 damage from that artillery, so... Even more if Al-Karaman decides to pop his powers, so...
And these infantry are probably going to move up towards the top. They're going to try to interrupt that. Like I said, now if I'm Raider Al-Karaman, stop this property and you just win. Day 13, you're halfway there.
All right, let's see what Al-Karaman decides to cook.
Easy shot right there.
Takes a shot with the artillery.
3,500 in damage.
Yeah, and look at this power. It's so close. It's so close. I'd be surprised if he pops it this turn. He could wait 1 more turn, get the tank up to 5 HP so he can heal it fully.
No rush at all.
No
rush at all. He can take his time with his power. I've held on the Andy powers for like 8 days plus.
Yeah.
There's no rush. When it's the most value, use it.
Yeah, I seem to recall you doing it.
In the game.
In fact, I seem to recall you doing it in a game against Al-Karaman. So.
Oh yeah, I held on that for so damn long. Also, I'm surprised he didn't move this copter over here to interrupt this infantry.
Yeah, I mean,
he would reach in 2 turns, especially with the power. So I hope he doesn't allow him to get it. Personally, I would never allow this infantry. Look, there's nothing to defend this infantry, really. Put your infantry.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
You needed at least that. Okay, that's good. If I'm Al-Karaman, that's 100% you need to do that. But this is scary for Thomas at this point.
Very scary.
At this point, you're going to have to hope for some good tactics, some good terrain tactics or prime tactics.
And because he's also pulling his forces back here, I feel like he's kind of relinquished these 2 properties right now. And because of the river, he can't really switch back as easily. So I think what Al-Karaman can do here is instead of just attacking in the center, he can just take these 2 properties and just be dandy. Then it's up to Thomas to.
I mean, he's got so many threats right now. It's worrisome for Thomas. And he's probably going to have to shift this artillery back over here on the defensive again, unfortunately for him. He moved it away, but now he's going to have to move it back.
Yeah.
I don't know what that 5 HP infantry is doing at the top, but...
It's a Manx infantry. It's just waving at the enemy.
Say your prayers. Yeah. It's not even capping, though. Manx infantry is like capping. That one's just like, kill me. You know?
It's a Danks infantry.
And he's putting the medium tank right there. I think that medium tank will die to a medium tank plus copter and maybe like another copter or tank. So that's a vulnerable medium tank. Attack here. It's fully repaired. Copter attack from the bottom. Tank attack from the side is dead.
Yep. This is gonna be scary, man. This is gonna be scary.
This is gonna be interesting. Is Radio Carman gonna pounce on that? If I was playing, I probably would pounce on that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I have a feeling he will. Carman gets aggressive when he needs to.
Let's see where this artillery is positioned. See, he's not even covering that. Oof.
Ooh.
So this medium tank can attack this forest over here. Yeah, Scotch-free. Kill it off.
I think, yeah, we're gonna...
I think a copter one-shots that infantry too, so you can actually reach that artillery.
Yeah, we're gonna see the monster push now, I think. If Thomas didn't move forward here, I would fully expect Alcaraman to just play it safe. But right now, I think this is too juicy an engagement for him to take.
Way too juicy. The shark smells blood in the water.
Yeah.
It's time.
And he also has a big time advantage against Thomas. This needs to be like, if Thomas doesn't play faster now, he's going to be forced to respond in a minute, and that is just not good.
Oh god, yeah, he's heading towards increment. Yeah,
he is. Worse.
Turn. No more thinking.
Yeah, just stop it. Just
put the infantry on the city or something. Like move it. Done. Move this forward. Done. Like you gotta. Come on.
Yeah, he's taking too long. Like this is a big.
He's 20 seconds at the end.
I get the nerves. I really do when you play live. The fear of messing up is so big, especially when it's high stakes like this. I really do get it. But you just have to yeet. You know, yeet like Starflash. But you
gotta yeet and hope for the best, man. Get some B+ engagements. Don't go for the A+. Go for B+. Go for Bs. You can't be a perfectionist when you're playing live play.
Because now
find the good moves.
Because Alcaraman has saved up so much time now, he has 6 juicy minutes to plan out his attack. So he can actually afford to take a little bit of time.
I think he planned it during this last turn.
Yeah.
I think he planned it during this last turn.
I think so too.
Although he's moving his copter first, so maybe he's not using it first. Because usually you want to attack it.
Yeah, exactly.
Your units.
He may just feel so confident in his position. Oh no, he's not attacking.
Wow.
He's not attacking.
Oh, wow, he's going to allow... Okay. He's happy with his 1k income lead. He's not pushing it. He wants to play very cautious. He doesn't have that killer instinct, I suppose, that maybe a Starflash or
Starflash and Poland, they would have attacked 3 turns ago.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I think Ritter is like, I can win this game if I play safe, and he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's not going for glory. He's going for the win, which is fine. That's fair. You don't play to blow some out of the water. You play to win.
It's more fun to be part of the tournament than to not be part of it. These are qualifying matches, so you want to go for the win. I respect that. You know, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's, you know, it's not about how you win. It's just that you win. And Alcaraman,
I'm Thomas right here, I'm probably looking at a Neo tank, to be honest, because you're starting to have medium tank proliferation. If you get a Neo tank and you put it on a forest, it's going to one-shot a medium tank. Neo tank will.
But how is he going to afford it, though? He'd need to combine units.
He's going to have to save up. He's going to have to build 2 infantry and a copter.
Yeah, or what he could do is he could combine his 7, soon-to-be 9 HP tank here into another tank and then build it.
Yeah, that's even quicker. That's actually what I would do, is probably combine that 9 HP tank.
Yeah, that's
you get your
the power of combining.
Or whatever.
The power of combining, I feel like that's almost something you can do a video on one time, dude, just because I've seen you do it a lot in your matches, and it's not something a lot of people do, like the combine together and taking up. It's really often a very good move.
There's a lot of contradictions going on, because people I always spout that, like, unit count is the most important thing, and it is.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can forego it. Like I had that video, I'm like, nuance is important. Like, you have to understand there's rules, but they're meant to be broken in some instances.
Yeah, and of course it's more effective in fog.
Is very helpful.
And it's more effective in fog, obviously, because you don't see it come. Oh, exactly. We see a terrain tank. What is he gonna do?
Oh, he's gonna attack this medium tank here. Will it be a one-shot?
Oh my goodness, this is great.
I don't think it is.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's see if you.
That's 40% extra firepower. It's 40% extra firepower. We could bring up the damage calculator, but oh, no.
Oh, he's going for the artillery.
Oh, my goodness.
But he's not going to be able to kill it, though. He's not going to be able to kill it.
No, he's not. Maybe he won't be going for it at all. But this is this a desperation? Is this a desperation attack?
This has got to be desperation. He's, I would not use a lot of CO power here. Now that medium tank is dead. Oh Lord, R.I.P.
If he had a follow-up to kill the artillery, then this would attack. I'm wondering though if it would have been better to attack the medium tank from the forest. But would he?
Yeah, I was wondering if that'd be a one-shot right there. I mean, we can do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a live calc. Make sure you drag the calc in screen because it's.
Oh, I don't have your control of your keyboard, so can you do it?
I can do it.
Usually I use the.
I just do
A
this.
for attacker, D for defender.
Yeah, I just do. Okay, wait. Select. Let's check it out.
Put it on a forest and where it could be good. Nope, doesn't kill.
Add superpower. It's.
Now even a superpower doesn't kill. Wow.
Doesn't kill. So
I need the Neo, boys and girls.
So probably not a good idea then. But I mean.
Well, this is a very bold push, but I think he's going to get annihilated.
Yeah, you know what he doesn't.
There's no way around it.
He doesn't have a single anti-air, dudes. He doesn't have a single.
Oh my god.
That's if he had at least one anti-air to back this up with, I would have liked his chances more.
This copter's going to reach this copter too. This copter's going to reach this copter with the power.
But
this would be ugly.
But Elcar, Thomas got 18 seconds left on the timer. This is getting desperate.
Oh god.
And Elcar, transport copter. Okay. Transport copter?
I think he might realize that he's screwed. Right here.
Okay, but Elcar man has
some attacks first. Soak up some damage.
Absolutely.
There's no need to rush the superpower. You want to get some damage first, then heal it all back up. So I'm expecting some tank attacks first. Maybe this tank attacks this tank over here.
You can tell Elcar man might be move plannering right now. Maybe. Like he might
has the time.
He actually has built up some time, so he can actually take his time
I don't know why I did that copter attack though. It's a little weird to start, but okay.
I mean it's live and they're stressed, so you know we're expect to see basic mistakes being done here, even though these are high level players. I don't think if you haven't been in a live match yourself, it's stressful, and for a tournament like this, even more so. So, okay, here comes the hyper upgrade.
Now the copter's going to attack
earlier than I thought, but okay.
Copter's going to attack the copter. The medium tank's going to one-shot the tank. Yep, there you go.
That's
probably
harsh.
kill it off with an infantry or two if you want.
If you get some luck rolls, you could try. But okay, yeah. Oh, there we go.
You will.
One good luck roll. Then all he needs is a slightly good luck roll on this one, and he should be fine.
Okay, and then the medium tank is apparently he's going to be going for that artillery with the medium tank.
It looks like he is, yeah. I mean, is he just going to leave Thomas's medium tank alone here? I guess he is.
It appears so. It's not really that much of a threat. He's got another medium tank coming in.
There you go. Boomba. It's dead.
And then these two tanks are going to wrap around. This one goes to the bottom. This one goes to the top. Or actually, no, he doesn't care about that.
I don't know. He could start capping it if he wants to. I mean, it'll take him three turns. Yeah, 4 turns.
And now this copter, if he wants to, this copter can attack the medium tank. Move this infantry, kill off these other infantry, and this it'll probably not do very much though. I'm not even sure this is a good engagement, that copter attack from the medium tank.
Maybe not. Or you could just ignore it. We'll see. Oh, he's getting a lot of good infantry engagements right here though. Tank. There you go.
He attacks, but see, it's not that great an engage. Okay, this 2 takes 1. Okay.
It takes a little bit of a bite out of it. But I'm surprised he didn't attack with his artillery. I guess he wanted to really kill the tank, so.
Yeah, he wanted a wall break really badly to kill that artillery, so.
Yeah, I think if Elcar man had more time to plan out this attack, I think it could have been a lot more devastating. But again, this is live.
It's still devastating nonetheless.
Yeah,
like, this is pretty brutal.
It is. And the fact that Thomas only has a minute to respond. Oh, poor Thomas, you got to play quickly. He needs to know exactly what units to move on his turn. I think he's going to struggle to buy units.
He doesn't have very many left.
Nope.
Doesn't have that many left planned, so that's helping him out maybe. He's got 19 units.
Yep.
All right, Thomas, what you got?
What you got, Thomas?
Your tank to death.
Let's see what you can do here.
Yeah.
That's not great. In comes the tank. Kills the tank.
Got to kill. He needs some more kills. He needs to kill that artillery, I suppose. But if he kills the artillery, that medium tank is also dead.
Oh yeah, it's toast. It's toast. 45 seconds left on the timer right now. This is
Okay, you got to copter to copter. You don't even need to think about that.
Nope, that's fine. It's gonna be
I mean, kill it though. He's gonna need. That tank to finish it off. The 6 HP tank, I suppose, to kill the copter. Else the copter's gonna heal itself.
30 seconds. He needs to play faster.
Thomas.
I would buy units right now if I was him, because the last thing
is he in move play, or you gotta get the hell out of there?
Yeah, get out of move play. And I would just buy my units immediately, because if your turn ends and you don't buy units, that's cheating. He's playing fast now. Like, you can tell he's stressing out right now. He's stressing now.
He's stressed out. He's just doing Oh, medium tank coming in. Buy.
Buy units.
Buy infantry or something.
Buy units, Thomas. Buy units quickly.
There you go. Okay.
There you go. Oh, I didn't get to move his last 2 infantry. Oh my lord, this is why you gotta play faster, man. You don't want to end up in this situation.
And it's bad when you end your turn and your opponent has higher unit value than you do. That's when you know things are going awry.
That is the worst feeling in the world. Absolutely, that is the worst feeling in the world. Yeah, Alcaraman right now, he's in a great position to win. He's got a unit count lead. He's got the he's got the time advantage. You can see Alcaraman is actually slowing down a little bit right now, which I really like. He realizes that he's ahead on time, and that he can take his time and just make sure he doesn't fumble. Although I would think he would need to fumble a lot to lose this.
At this point, we're getting later in the day, so you need to actually have income advantage too. You don't need to be worrying about the battles as much as the capturing. Maybe that's why Thomas built a transport copter. Try to sneak in something, but that's not going to work.
But he didn't send it to the left. He sent it into the middle, which is a bit of a weird thing to do.
Barely any time to even think.
Yeah, no. You could tell he was panic moving towards the end there. And yeah, I think we're seeing it's not even the beginning of the end. I think we're seeing the end of the end right here.
I think we've seen the end of the end here.
Yeah,
even if Thomas pops his superpower right here, like he's got 14 units and he's got 1 minute.
And Alcaraman is wisely blocking off all the cities in the forests, so like look at how restricted Lash is in her engagements. Even if he was to pop his prime tactics this turn, he doesn't have much terrain to really take advantage of it. This is why prime tactics is such a bad power. It's so conditional. And Alcaraman just pulling back here a little bit.
Lash is made from her day-to-day, not her powers. Lash's whole strength is her day-to-day. I don't think he was able to utilize that to the fullest extent. So.
No, it might have been a difficult map for Lash. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. He should have been far more aggressive in the early goings of the match. All right, Thomas, your minute is there. How are you going to spend it?
I think we're going to see him resign right here.
Yep, there. You called it. You called it.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Well, you were right. I'm glad I didn't bet money on this match. Rado Carmen, you said he would dominate. I think that was pretty dominating. So I think you were correct in that assessment.
I think here's what I think. I think Carmen definitely outplayed Thomas here. You could tell he was the more experienced with the two, but I think what really got Thomas was the timer. I mean, like literally, Carmen plays faster, and this really, I think the terrain tactics that he popped mid-match, it was a pure desperation power popped out of Thomas.
Desperation, and I don't think he's used to being in the position of needing to be the aggressor. A lot of the time, people are very comfortable being Hawk, very comfortable being, defensive COs where the opponent has to come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Raider was the defensive CO in this. He didn't have to push. He took his time. He wasn't manic. He was just chilling. Thomas was forced to attack Raider on Raider's terms.
Yeah.
And then you saw the result right there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's difficult being the aggressor in live plays. So
it is.
Maybe Kindle seems like a free, easy win, but you also have to convert with that early advantage. And he never got an earlier advantage. If anything, he never even had an advantage the whole time. He was debt behind income. He never captured this property.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so.
And he did hyper aggressive infantry build at the beginning. I don't like that one. And the Star Flush opening, I don't think that worked out quite well for him.
Blame the Star Flush opener.
Had a good engagement over here with the anti-air and the copter, which is nice. But that was not enough to turn around the bad engagement down here, the bad engagement in the center over there, and that just was a nail in the coffin. That forced. When I saw that forced power by Lash, I said the game is over in the back of my head.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you're forcing to use a power, and you're attacking into your opponent's 2-day reinforcement time from these bases. It's going to take 3 or 4 to go over there. Like, you're attacking into that. Like,
I would consider doing it if Alcaraman was an increment and I had like 4 or 5 minutes left on the clock. I could have maybe considered a reckless attack like that, because when you only have 1 minute, imagine if Alcaraman had 1 minute to calculate out his hyper upgrade and his turn. It would have been very tough for him to do that. But again, this is what I talk about a lot. This your time is a resource. Spend it wisely. Thomas, he floundered a little bit too much around with his build order. I saw him. He spent like 40 seconds building units. You can't do that. You cannot do that in live matches. You just have to go. It's about gut feeling, instinct. You gotta channel your inner Starflash and just yeet. And then you just gotta hope that, you know, you have better instincts than your opponent. And then when you saved up 5 minutes on the clock, then you can take your time. You can bust out the move planner and you can like actually calculate out the attacks that matter. Thomas wasn't able to do that.
I think the attacks that matter were up here as well. I think if he focused on this, he would have an equal income. Just hold down the middle, and you're looking at a tie at worst.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you know could have easily gone for a tie.
I'm not encouraging anyone to go for ties.
I don't even know.
If you got this property over here, like it's gonna be hard for Radar Carmen to capture this property right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the battles are won in the corners. And if we saw earlier, there's a big fight over here. Radar won. Big fight over here. Thomas won, but he wasn't able to capture.
I just realized...
so it might have been a different story if it was equal income.
I just realized something, Deegis. We have absolutely no plans.
We have no tiebreakers?
We have no tiebreaker. We have never...
Yeah, I realized that halfway through the match. I'm like, I hope someone wins.
I mean, like, it has never happened before in any of the Grandmasters live tournaments either. We've never had a draw, but we don't even have a plan for if a draw happens. That's something we got to think about.
We'll come up with something. We'll have time to come up with something. We'll do like unit value or kills to death. We'll probably do kills to death.
Probably, or we flip a coin, or a baboon fight. Never know.
Baboon fight, yeah. Good,
they have to play a chess match. They have to play a bullet chess match. I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Another chess match. We'll come up with something. But that was a good point. I was like, shit, please don't tie. Please don't tie. It's 25 days. Ties are not unheard of. There's no labs or anything, so you can't get that advantage. But then I saw this property, I was like, okay, if he doesn't capture that, I don't even have to worry about that. So
but
that was the first round of the qualifiers. It was I wouldn't call it a nail biter, but I would call it how to play live well by Radar Carmen. That was impressive.
It was a very it was a basic match on a very basic map, but it was a very good. Yeah, again, it was a masterclass in how to play live, really, by Carmen. So it was just solid play, and it was a joy to watch. He
should be encouraged that he's playing a very hard player next in the tournament because he was a qualifier, so he's going to play an established player like a Starflash, Toulouse, and those kind of players. So he needs to be encouraged by this qualifying round. So I think he should be happy with himself and just try to continue off this strong play. But the road's going to get much harder.
Yeah, he's about to go up against some absolute titans that are just incredible. So but I'm happy with the match. You happy, Deegis?
Yeah, I'm happy with the match. I hope y'all learned something. Hope you guys were entertained, and we'll catch y'all at the next qualifying match.
And remember to remember to like and subscribe to Deegis. Bye.
Well, I never say that.
That's why I say it.